Hello again, this is Michael Broussard, author and performer of Ask a Sex Abuse Survivor, an interactive theatrical show about my experiences as a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. I want to talk today about a question I get frequently after someone has seen my show or seen one of my videos or my posts about my experiences as a survivor. They say, well, isn't speaking out about this stuff, isn't that triggering for you or re-traumatizing for you? Isn't that difficult? And I said, well, yes, it is difficult. There are times when I'm re-traumatized. There are times when I'm triggered by the fact that I've just done my show. I've opened up all those wounds in front of an audience. And the next couple of weeks could be very, very difficult for me. And I could have more nightmares, more flashbacks, panic attacks, all that stuff. So their follow-up question is, well, if it's that difficult and it causes that much havoc, why do you do it? And I think there are a lot of reasons I do it. One of the major reasons I do it is because there are so few of us survivors who are at a point in our healing where we're able to speak up and speak out publicly about our experience. It's like an iceberg where at the top, the tip, those are all the people who can speak, all the survivors who can speak about their experience. And under the water, there are all those survivors who still cannot speak up and speak out about it, who are too deeply damaged. And this is, of course, a result of the trauma, the childhood trauma, where a predator will groom their victim to be silent about the abuse. And that damage is so deep, so ingrained that it lasts for a lifetime sometimes, for decades sometimes. Some of us eventually get to the point where we can speak. Right now, there's a tiny number of us who can actually speak up. I feel, because I can speak up, it's my responsibility to my fellow survivors to speak up. Because we live in a culture where survivors so seldom see justice, so seldom see support and healing. We have children who are being abused, who are put back into the home with the person who's abusing them. We have survivors who are seeking healing and understanding from their doctors, who are instead basically ignored and re-traumatized by the way that they are treated by doctors. This is not to say there are not lots of people and organizations out there to support survivors, but there are not enough. And there are so many of us survivors who are by ourselves alone, terrified, traumatized, unable to speak. I speak up because I can speak up, because I need to speak up, because this needs to change. This justice system needs to support survivors. Okay? Our medical community needs to support survivors more. The academic community needs to support survivors more. The media needs to support survivors more, needs to tell our stories. There are not a lot of media outlets telling our stories, and we need more. We need people to know that this isn't something that happens seldom. This is something that happens frequently. There are millions of us all over the world. And if a few of us can speak up and speak out and try to illuminate that reality for the public and hopefully eventually get some people to change their minds, then it's totally worth it. Any trigger, any trauma, any flashback is totally worth it. Thank you. I'll talk to you again soon.